Welcome to Chamber Check-In. Mike Dvorak, President of the Twin Cities North Chamber of Commerce, your source for virtual networking and all things local business. Check out our website at twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And a shout out to our friends here at 9 North Media. We appreciate your partnership. So we have a great show for you today on Chamber Check-In. Two great guests for you, the first of which being Dr. Kyle Sorenson, owner of ChiroWay of Arden Hills. Welcome, Kyle.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So you're one of our valued chamber members and also on several of our committees. You come to all of our events. Why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about your practice and what your capacity is there?
Yeah. So I'm the owner and operator of ChiroWay. I wear all the hats. I do the adjusting, do all those things. We're a locally owned shop in Arden Hills, right off 694 in Lexington. And we're just focused on really community engagement and bringing chiropractic into this area.
Terrific. Yeah, it's a really central location right in Arden Hills, as Dr. Kyle mentioned. So what kind of chiropractic manipulation do you specialize in? Is there a niche for those people that aren't familiar with chiropractic?
Yeah, there's obviously a wide gamut in chiropractic of things that can be done. My focus is more the exercise science background. That's what I went to school for. So we really focus on the manual manipulations, but in a gentle and thorough and specific route so that we're actually navigating the muscles in a way that's the best. And it makes it a lot more gentle, a lot easier for people to get adjusted, a lot less scary for some people.
Sure, and speaking of scary, for those that may have never gone to a chiropractor before but are experiencing pain or discomfort, they probably don't need to be apprehensive about it. What's the process after calling you or booking an appointment? What are the first steps?
Yeah, so the number one comment we get is it's very welcoming, it's very accessible, and then it's very thorough. So our first visits for everybody, no matter what they're coming in with, are about an hour in length. We really get to know the person, dive into what's going on, so we have a focused approach rather than just, lay down, let me treat you, get out of here, you're out of pain. We want it to be more of that environment of healing and happiness versus just the adjustments.
Sure. Yeah. So when they come in, do you do an assessment first, or do you start working on them right away?
No, so we'll do about a 15-minute talk, little meet and greet, get to know their questions, their concerns. Then we do our focused assessment, another probably 15 to 20 minutes. Then it's probably about, on the first visit, 15 to 20 minutes of adjusting, working on the body, doing that stuff. And then the last 10 minutes is all the finance stuff that everybody loves to talk about. But we're very transparent on all that, so that conversation is usually pretty easy.
Absolutely. So is there a general number of visits that someone would need, or could they start feeling relief right after time number one?
Yeah, most of the time, 70+% of people feel immediate relief.
Wow.
More people need a little bit more treatment. But we do talk a lot on pain versus function. So we want to get them out of the immediate pain, but then we also want to change their function so that I don't see them back in 6 months, in 10 months, with the same problems.
Sure.
Yeah.
So preventative maintenance is important for your automobile, let's say. Is that the same with a person's body, and do you sell packages?
Yeah, that's I know you have the dentistry background, and I like to akin it to, if you have a cavity in one tooth, you don't just go home and brush and floss that one tooth. You still work on the rest of the mouth so that you don't develop those problems in the future. So we do everything on a monthly basis. We don't sell huge, year-long treatment plans, but we have 4 visits a month, 2 visits a month, 1 visit a month, and we just pace it 1 month at a time. So you're kind of in control at all times and don't feel stuck into a treatment plan.
Sure, and whole body health is very important, no matter what discipline of medicine that you're talking about.
For sure.
So, I mentioned before, Dr. Kyle, that you're very involved in the chamber. How about those people that are watching that might be owner-operators, entrepreneurs that are running a business locally here in our footprint, and they're thinking about joining the chamber? What are the benefits?
We could go on a 30-minute show.
We could do it.
Travis Sims with a networking group that I went to before says your net worth is your network. And what I like about this chamber specifically is it's very collaborative versus some chambers you walk into and it's like people trying to sell you in the room, trying to get your business card and try to make deals in the room. versus this one feels more collaborative. We're all working together to build the businesses up rather than just like, I want to get rich quick kind of deal.
No, and we appreciate that. I mean, you're an integral part of the chamber. You come to all the events. I would say on a whole, it's a very collegial group. People are very helpful, willing to help another chamber member. There's a lot of collective wisdom that they share, and everyone is welcome to come in, and who doesn't want to promote their business?
Everybody should.
For sure. So going back to the medical portion of your discipline, are there any new trends in the industry that you want people to know about?
Yeah, I think we're seeing a lot more issues with insurance, with hospital bills becoming very exorbitantly priced and things like that, and that will not discontinue. I mean, that's going to be kind of the reality. And so every investment you can make into your health now will pay dividends later on and will save you from some of those big lump sum paychecks, because I hate to say it, but premiums are only going to go up on insurance. They're probably not going to come back down.
Absolutely. And again, going back with transparency, are you a fee-for-service practice only, or do you work with insurance companies?
So we're all cash-based. Currently, we do accept HSAs as a form of payment, and then some people can submit claims after the fact if they find that their insurance company will take it. But usually our payment for service beats most co-pays, so people actually lose money by going through their insurance.
Sure. And I know from being at these chamber events and other networking events that people love Dr. Kyle, and they sing his praises. I'm sure you have Google reviews and ways people can, check you out in your background, but, very personable guy. Give him a chance and come over to the office in Arden Hills and meet Dr. Kyle. Speaking of Arden Hills, that's very centrally located. Where do the bulk of your patients come from? Are they in the Twin Cities North Chamber footprint area? Or
yeah.
How far do they come? And why don't you tell people a little bit about when your office is open?
Yeah, so Twin Cities North Chamber is basically my area. We talk about a 5-mile radius. So I see Blaine, Shoreview, Arden Hills, Roseville, all the way over to New Brighton, Vadnais Heights, Little Canada. So mostly that northern corridor. But we're open, so our first visits are all by scheduled appointment, so they'll put my email up, I'm assuming, and you will just reach out to me on that. We can get that scheduled. And then we have all walk-in visits, so you don't schedule appointments with us. I just have 4-hour time slots each day that people can just walk in. They're usually less than 10 minutes because I know people have busy lives. They, as fun as I might be, they don't want to spend 30 to 45 minutes with me every visit, so we try to make things concise.
No, very convenient and really works flexible with people's schedules. The walk-in opportunity really, someone might be out driving on the street or out for lunch and they can pop in. And why don't you tell folks, they are going to put your graphic up on the screen, how they can get in touch with you, email, where you're located, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so you can simply go to ChiroWay.com for the easiest one. We do have multiple locations throughout the city, so even if they're not in this northern metro, I can help find them a chiropractor that might fit their lifestyle better. And then my email, kyle.sorenson@ChiroWay.com, is probably the easiest way to reach me on a consistent basis.
Terrific. Yep, they just put that up. We appreciate that, guys. Typically, if someone is experiencing pain or discomfort, how do you kind of make them realize that they want to have a realistic view of, how you can help them and how long the process will take? And then sometimes maybe are there things that you've experienced that are out of your scope?
Oh, for sure. I noticed the comment of make them understand is we can't. We just have to educate. We have to tell them what's going on, and then they have to come to the realization in their own head that they can heal, they can get better. And I have a huge referral network. This is part of why I'm in the chamber, is I can send to PTs, I can send to doctors, orthopedic surgeons, x-ray radiologists, all those things for problems outside of my office. I understand I can't do everything for everybody, and so we work with that really well. I see a couple of those a month, but most of the time we can start a trial of care and get the pain to go away and educate them on what's actually happening. And if things don't go the way we plan, then we talk about further considerations if they need it.
Sure. And I'm sure you heard quite a few stories from tweaking your back, walking down the stairs, to people that are in serious car accidents.
Yeah, we see the whole gambit, and that's why we do the hour-long thorough first visit. Is I got to know what's going on with the body, or else I can't help them.
Absolutely. So, Dr. Kyle, any final thoughts? What would you like people to know? What sets you apart from other like-minded type of companies, competition? What's the thing that sets you apart? What's your niche?
Yeah, I would say the big thing is my exercise science background. I started in the PT strength training realm, so I have a lot of education on that. So I'm not so siloed on just like the one treatment. And then resounding praise that we get in the office is the thoroughness and then the ease, how simple it is and transparent. There's no pull back the red curtain and now you have to be charged a bunch more money or anything like that. There's no upsells. It's just simple chiropractic care.
Well, we really appreciate you. Yeah. Dr. Kyle Sorenson in Arden Hills, appreciate you being in the chamber and your friendship.
Thank you for running the chamber. It's really delightful. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate you.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You just gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more than who I am on paper.
Welcome back to Chamber Check-In. We had a great first guest for you, and now we're going to bring in another one. Tyrus Thompson, owner of the Shoreview School of Music. Welcome to the show, Tyrus.
Great to be here, Mike.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here as well. I know you're literally one of our newest members at the Chamber, and you also kind of switched career streams and started your own business. Tell us about Shoreview School of Music.
Yeah, well, Shoreview School of Music just opened 2 weeks ago. We are a premier music school in North Oaks. We focus on individual music lessons and everything from piano, guitar, bass, and then we also specialize in band instruments. So your brass and woodwinds, trombone, trumpet, saxophone, clarinet, serving Shoreview, North Oaks, White Bear Lake, Arden Hills, and the surrounding area.
Absolutely. You know, all of our chamber members have such a good group of unique stories, and I was told that you recently made a career switch, and how hard was that to be an entrepreneur, to make the commitment to opening up your own business, and what are the maturation process of all of that, from having it actually, you know, on paper as a plan to actually putting it in motion this week?
Yes, I've spent the last 17 years in a corporate role and have always been passionate about music, have always wanted to own my own business, and I live in Shoreview, and one of the things I found when I moved here was I couldn't find somewhere for trumpet lessons for my son when he started middle school that wasn't, 45 minutes out into another, city. So I kind of looked around and found that spot in North Oaks, and I talked to my wife about it, and she didn't immediately say no. So that was great to have her support. I think that's crucial. And then put together a business plan, found some really great instructors, and made it to opening. And now we are off, and it's been a great couple of weeks.
Awesome. So, when we talk about franchises and even companies like McDonald's, they do really heavy-duty demographic studies before they open up a particular business. What type of research did you have to do before you opened, and what type of competition is around in the area, and what would you say sets you apart? What's your niche?
Yeah, so I definitely did like a full competitor analysis, looked at what options were in the area, and then also looked at looking at the school district, particularly Mounds View School. There are 3,000 kids in band and orchestra in Mounds View School District, and we don't have a music school in our district. So that was kind of part of it. Like, I immediately saw that hole and felt it as a parent. Looked at how other music schools did things, both as when I was a student going to piano lessons, or I was a bass guitarist, and then also with my son, taking him to piano lessons, and then we eventually switched from trumpet to drums because we couldn't find a trumpet teacher. And I kind of took what I liked best about each of those places that we took lessons at and combined it into one school. So we make it as easy as possible for the parents, kind of first of all. So you can book online, you can reschedule online. We've got a very user-friendly portal. We've got a great waiting area with coffee and bottled water for parents. And then getting down to what I wanted for the students, I didn't want to follow just one specific method with them. I really wanted to find music teachers that would meet students where they're at, understand their individual music goals. So is that I want to learn this Taylor Swift song, or I want to get that first chair in band. They kind of tailor their approach to each student, which keeps it fun and motivating for them as well. And so that's kind of how we went around everything and kind of our niche.
Yeah, very convenient for the students and your customers, and also very well thought out. So it sounds like you put a lot of effort and thought into this before you actually made the leap.
Yeah. We started working on Shoreview School of Music about a year and a half ago. Finding teachers, it was really important that I found instructors that shared that teaching philosophy, and that was a bit of a task. And we've got 9 amazing teachers at the moment there.
Terrific. And I know you found us. What was the impetus for you joining the chamber? And I ask you the same question I did Dr. Kyle.
Yeah.
What's the benefit for someone that really wants to make those connections and increase exponentially?
Yes, I sought out the chamber kind of right away once I had an opening date in mind, because I knew it takes kind of a whole community's backing to open a new business, and I knew there was a lot I didn't know. So having the resources, I've reached out to a lot of different chamber members, and I know you've run the sessions where we've gotten like what went well, what challenges did you face, hearing other business owners talk about those was very helpful, because being a business owner, you're kind of on an island. You don't have necessarily peers at your job, but you have peers in the community, and you helped connect me to a lot of great other business owners around here.
That's great to hear, and I think what Tyrus is referring to is our new format of our Business Connects. And instead of having a speaker, we were getting feedback that we want our members want more networking time. And again, as I mentioned, there is a lot of collective wisdom in the room, and everyone is very collegial, and it's not a competition within the chamber, which I think is terrific. So you could pick up the phone and feel very comfortable calling any chamber member. I know they would pick up the phone, and I know they would also help. So being a music school, obviously teaching is very important. For those that are not necessarily musically inclined, but they really want to play the piano or they want to play an instrument, what ages would you deal with? And how do you allay their fears?
Yeah, so we serve all ages. So kids, teens, adults. So we do have some beginner adults who have come in as well. In terms of what ages to start, it depends on the instrument. So in talking to parents, I always tell them, you know your kid best. First of all, can they sit for a 30-minute lesson?
Sure.
So some kids can do that at 4, some can't till they're 7 or 8 years old. And then if they're looking at piano, drums, ukulele are kind of the first instruments we would start a child on between the ages of kind of that 4 to 7 years old. Guitar and bass guitar are great once they get a little bit older. Those instruments are a bit heavier, harder to hold, and you've got to have the hand strength to play them. And then when you start getting into 4th grade and into 5th grade, that's when you have opportunities at school to join band. And you can pick out those instruments. And if you're brand new to playing music, having some private instruction outside of school can really help you in the classroom, help you get solos, better parts, and just really build that confidence.
Love it. Ukulele, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
But I would imagine it's smaller and easier to hold.
And it's got nylon strings, which aren't as hard on the hand as the steel or bronze strings of a guitar. Great for a young child. And we've got a lot of adults who are interested in ukulele too. So one thing I've been seeing on the internet a lot lately is like group ukulele nights where a bunch of adults will get together, we'll teach you a couple chords, throw the lyrics up, and we'll all like sing and play a song together. So that's one thing we're looking to expand in our music school. We've got we call it a small ensemble room that can fit probably a dozen people and start doing some like maybe monthly community ukulele nights. So we'll have to get you in there, Mike.
Could be the new karaoke. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fellows here at 9 North Media are going to put your graphic up as well.
Great.
How can people get in touch with you, your website, and exactly where are you located, and what stores are you between?
Yeah, so the best way to get a hold of us is through our website, shoreviewmusic.com. You can also email me or call. And on our website, if you are ready to start, we offer a free trial lesson, no pressure. Come in, meet a teacher, see what private music instruction is all about. Make sure it's a good fit for you. That's great too if you have younger kids and you're unsure if they're ready yet. That trial lesson is a great chance to do that. You hit sign up, pick your instrument, and we show you a calendar of available dates for that, and we make it super easy. And then you're good to go. If you're not sure when you're ready to start yet, you can also just pick an instrument and just put in your email, and we'll reach out to you and find out when you're ready. So that's the best way to get started.
Terrific. And I know I just saw you recently at the Arden Hills 75th Anniversary Festival. Any other festivals or appearances you'll be making locally?
So we were also just out at Slice of Shoreview as well. And then we're now open. So we've got a storefront and we are over in North Oaks Village Center on 96 and Hodgson. We're right over kind of by Panino's. I know the community loves them. And you can stop in anytime. We're there Tuesday through Saturday, and we're there 2 to 9 on weekdays and 10 to 6 on Saturday. And you can find out more that way.
So Shoreview School of Music, come out and see Tyrus and experience a brand new business. We appreciate you and your membership, and thanks for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike.
Absolutely. Hang out for a second here, Tyrus. We do a little chamber announcements.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everyone joining Chamber Check-In today. Two great guests. We've got a lot of things happening at the Twin Cities North Chamber. This Tuesday, coming up on August 18th, we have our annual meeting. This is when we put forth our new officer group, celebrate the year that we had at TCN. We had a whole lot of things happening, starting with rebranding, kind of changing the culture, growing our events and growing our meetings. We're going to celebrate that at Forgotten Star Brewery in Fridley, 3:30 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have another great Members Connect for you. So right here in Arden Hills at Flaherty's Bowl will be our Members Connect. That's kind of our evening portion of our Business Connect. It's a great networking opportunity for you and your company to come out, meet some other chamber members, have a beer, some appetizers, spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours just having fun with the other chamber members. So we also have another exciting announcement coming up in September. This is new to the chamber. We've never done this before. We're going to start doing TCN Talks. So TCN Talks are going to be on the same type of plane as TED Talks. And we're going to have each in a series, we're going to have 4 speakers, each do about 10 minutes, and they're going to tell their stories. We have such great, unique stories. Such success stories really here in the Twin Cities North Chamber. We have 315 companies, so you're going to be getting a lot of great stories. They're going to be compacted into 10-minute portions. It's going to be a breakfast as well, and that's going to be at the DoubleTree Hotel right here in Roseville. So for more information on the Twin Cities North Chamber and our events, check out our website at twincitiesnorth.org. That's twincitiesnorth.org. And remember, TCN is here to promote business, develop leaders, and connect communities. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Chamber Check-In, and we'll see you again next month.